Hi team, how are we doing? Good, I hope. I hope you've been enjoying this week. I hope you've been enjoying the wind of the second half of this week. It's been really windy. Those wind graphs must be looking pretty big. And I hope you've had a really good look outside and found yourselves a windy tree. Ours has been going for it, today especially. It's been great fun. Now, this week we are going to look at racing rules, the racing rules of sailing. Well, they apply to not racing as well. So some of the basic rules of sailing. So if you haven't watched the video with Jake, pause, go away, have a look at the video, come back. Great. So in the video he talks about 3 rules, rule 10, 11 and 12. Okay, and these are 3 of the most basic rules and very, very important, and you experience them quite a lot when you're out sailing. So first one, opposite tacks, port versus starboard, windward leeward when you're on the same tack, and that sort of overtaking boat essentially is rule 12. Now remember, rule number 1. Rule number 1, the most important rule: avoid collisions at all costs. Don't hit anybody, regardless of whether it's port starboard and you're the starboard boat and the other boat on port hasn't seen you, it hasn't heard you shouting starboard. Okay, don't just cruise into the side of them because damaged boats, damaged people, not cool. Okay, so always avoid, don't hit the boats, and you can sort it out afterwards. So that's rule number 1, most important rule. But what we'll look at now is we've got 2 things for you this week. Don't have a Kahoot quiz, but someone else has made a genius online quiz for the racing rules of sailing. So I'll show you that. I'll put the link in the video and in the email. So have a look at that after this. Test your knowledge. And that quiz, actually, there's lots of rules in there that will pop up which haven't. I'll show you in a minute anyway. And what we're going to do now is we're going to have a look at one of the America's Cup races from Wednesday. It started. The final has started. It's a long series, but they started on Wednesday. 2 races, very good. I won't tell you any results if you want to watch it, but we'll have a look at one of the starts because you can clearly see these rules in action, okay? So first up, come here. Now down here, I've made a little diagram of essentially what it looks like. So this is the course. You have the wind coming down. This is the first mark they're going to, or the first gate. Down here, you have the start line. This is the start line where they're going to start from. And what happens in this match race with the 2 boats is they start on different sides of the course and they enter into the box for a pre-start. So one boat will enter on port tack. In they come. The other boat will enter on starboard tack. Okay, and then they'll start chasing each other around quite a bit in what's called the pre-start, before they then whoosh, off they go, start their race. Normally start on starboard tack, kicking off that way. One boat might tack off, but we'll see. That's generally the gist of it. So let's have a look at one and follow it. Over here, we have a race about to set off. So you can see the green line now turning red. That's the start line. You'll see the 2 little red bits go up for where they enter into the starting box. There we go, it's a bit better. And we have about 2 minutes and 50 to the start. You can see that down in the bottom left-hand corner. And there they are, honking along. 40 knots into a jibe. Nuts. So they're lining, New Zealand are lining up. I think, which side are New Zealand coming in on? I think New Zealand are coming in possibly on port. I can't remember. But at 2 minutes and 10, so in about 15 seconds time, we'll find out. Because the port tack boat will start at 2 minutes 10. Yeah, there we are. New Zealand over on the left-hand side, coming in on port hand, on port tack. It'll go red. There we go. Boom, they can start. They can enter the box for their pre-start, and you can see the Italians on Luna Rossa coming in on starboard tack on the other side. Here they come. Whoosh. And the Kiwis have dialed down. They've gone downwind quite hard here to try and avoid being anywhere near the Italians because they're on starboard tack. So they're running away at the moment. And the Italians are going to follow them. Because basically the whole pre-start is about getting the advantage for the race. If you can start ahead, it's much, much easier to control the race using these rules that we've just talked about to stay ahead and keep the other boat behind you, because that's all you need to do. Keep the other boat behind you. So they're going to try and fight it out to get the best position on the start line here. So here we go. They're coming over to the edge of the course here. This is the edge of the pre-start box. They can't go any further. So when they get into this grey zone over here, they have to turn round. So the boat who gets into that grey zone has the right of way to turn round. So that's why the Italians are allowing them to turn round there. Now we've got the Kiwis behind, following the Italians. A bit of a protest on board. The Kiwis have protested the Italians, a bit too close, but I think the umpires say it's fine. But we've definitely got, can you see here now, they're chasing each other. We've got a Rule 11 situation here, windward boat, leeward boat. So the Italians actually have right of way in this situation. Okay, so the Kiwis have to stay clear of them. They can't sail right down over the top of them and force them to go a different way. And now what we have here again is that Rule 12 situation. We've got one chasing the other, so the Kiwis can't go straight up the back of the Italians. That's not cool. And they're getting close to the start line. 10 seconds, 8. Okay, so they're both trying to get a really good start now. So we saw a couple of those, well, we saw all three of those rules in action there in that pre-start. The port starboard, windward leeward, and the following boat. And here they go, they're racing now, going upwind. The Italians are to leeward. The Kiwis are to windward, so the Italians have right of way. But they're both going very, very fast at the moment, upwind. And we'll see in a minute. Oh, the Italians have turned up to try and what's called luff, because they're the leeward boat. The Kiwis have to keep clear. Oh, and the Italians have protested. You can see it said protest there. They don't think the Kiwis kept clear. But these are all umpired, so the judges, the umpires, have decided no penalty. Because what you have to do is you have to give the other boat time and opportunity to keep clear. So they turned up, and then the Kiwis did turn up. So essentially they did keep clear. And now what they'll do is they'll carry on going upwind, tacking backwards and forwards. Off they go, and they'll keep using that rule when they come across on different tacks. It will be port starboard. When they're on the same tack like this, it will be windward leeward, and that will continue for the whole race. And I won't show you anymore because you might want to watch that to find out what happens. Essentially, those are the racing rules of sailing in action. Quite fast action, admittedly, but it's how they're used. It's those rules in action. Anyway, oh yes, the other thing I wanted to show you was that little quiz that we've got going. Here we go. So online, I'll send you the link. Okay. Oh, I've already started playing it. Oh, here we go. This is what the link looks like. It will take you to this page. Play the rules. Okay. You can select your language, and I would start on easy if I were you. So if you click on easy when you get to this page, it will take you to here. What we need to do is, down here we've got an arrow, click on that and it'll give you your first question. Ah, look, straight away, port versus starboard, which boat has right of way? You get to choose the answer. You can select your answer down here and you can click OK. Let's go red. OK. Oh, happily, that is the correct answer. Number 10 says the number there because this is rule 10, okay? And it gives you a little answer down here as to why that's the case, why the red boat is right of way. So what will happen is you'll probably come across, press that one. There's another port starboard here. Oh no, that's a different one. That's a windward leeward, but I'll let you find that one out. You might come across other questions like this, and this is about mark room. So this is one of the rules that wasn't covered, but it doesn't matter. Have a go, see what you think. Okay. And then if you get it wrong, it doesn't matter because it tells you down here what the rule is and who has right of way. So again, you get another opportunity to learn about some more of the rules. So it's quite good fun. You keep pressing that one to get next question. And off you go. Have fun with it. So there you go. have a look at some of the sailing, have a look at some of the America's Cup racing if you want, see if you can see those rules in action. Have a go at that quiz, see how many of them you can answer, especially those rules 10, 11 and 12. Hopefully you should be getting on top of. There'll be a few other ones in there, but that's absolutely fine. And have fun, and we'll see you next week. Ciao.